We are going to help you feed your kids this week. So happy to welcome registered dietitian from CHI Memorial, Robin Darling, who's going to walk us through breakfast, lunch, and supper. Today we're going to begin with breakfast. Good to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. Well, this is National Nutrition Month, and so we're trying to incorporate different foods or things you may not have thought of, different ways to prepare them. But the most important thing is the USDA has set out their new guidelines as far as what we should eat. And for breakfast, we hit just about every one of them with the breakfast we have to provide.
Still the most important meal of the day?
I think so. To me, you know, you don't have to have a huge breakfast with sausage and biscuits and gravy, kind of like we do in the South, but it's still important to get some nutrition in, yes.
And it's worthwhile to set your alarm clock even 30 minutes earlier to fix that meal for your family, as opposed to relying on the grab-and-go bar in the car.
It is easier, but if you can't get that 30 minutes earlier, I have teenagers, so that doesn't always happen. So I can give you a quicker option if you don't want to get up and make the omelet in the morning.
Okay, let's walk through what you brought today, because you can just look at this plate and it pops with color and you realize you're going to get all the healthy nutrition you need.
Exactly. I always tell people, when in doubt, go for color, and that doesn't mean Skittles or Cheetos on your plate. It means colorful vegetables. And a lot of people will focus in on one thing. Everybody hears kale, kale, kale. Kale's what you need to eat, but actually all the colors. We don't want to just focus in on one. We want all the colors because they all provide something new.
Okay, you've made an omelet, and it looks like you're doing it the good old-fashioned way with the whole egg, not just egg whites, which is great.
I did use the whole egg because we wanted some of those omega fatty acids in there, and most of those are coming in the yolk, so we wanted to use that. Then you have the protein that will also carry you through.
Easy to put the peppers, just cut them in and put them in the...
Slice them in, and I cut the spinach up just a little bit. If you want to, you can pre-cook your spinach and saute it a little bit with an onion. I didn't this morning, and you can see it wilted pretty well.
And could you even do that ahead of time and then keep it in the container for later in the week when you make another omelet?
Right, you could. And some people will bake them off in muffin tins.
Oh, that's a good
their
idea.
Eggs, and then they just take it out of the freezer, defrost it, and then heat it when they get to work, so their eggs are already made for the week.
Okay, I noticed you have berries and not like peaches or apple. Berries pack a different kind of nutrient?
They do. They've got some of the phytochemicals that you don't necessarily get with the other ones. Each different color represents a different nutrient. And the reason why we chose blue here is because it's an easy way to work the blue in. A lot of people get caught up on where do I get blue or purple from, but you can get from grapes or plums. Berries are one thing that most kids will eat, though. So that's part of the reason I left it there this morning.
Okay. The bread is interesting. You said you want to focus on that it's whole grain?
Whole grain and whole wheat. And it's very difficult to find a bread that's what we consider a whole grain or a high fiber choice. To be high fiber, we want it to have 5 grams of fiber per serving, and that's pretty hard to do unless we're talking 2 slices, and then we can kind of get it that way. You're getting more of the fiber. Fiber reduces your risk of colon cancer. It also will fill you up and keep you full longer, and also helps to feed some of the stuff in our gut that makes us healthy.
Okay, so for parents, everyone knows in an elementary school child especially what time they're eating lunch. So if you're walking out of your door at say 7:15 in the morning and your kids aren't having lunch until 12:30, if you don't give them a healthy, fiber-filled, protein-filled breakfast, they're going to be starving by lunchtime.
They can be starving, and this is great. I mean, I got up this morning to make this one, but do I get up in the morning usually to cook? No. But you can do as simple as toast and a peanut butter, or peanut butter and a banana if you've got things just real quick, because again, you've got some fuel, and even if you have the crunchy peanut butter, you get a little bit of fiber in there and something to hold them a little bit longer.
But it doesn't take that long to make this, really.
If you cut up the peppers the night before, it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, now you did say, not to put you on the spot, but you had some ideas for kind of a grab and go.
That would be, my big thing is peanut butter toast. If you want something just a little bit different, you can do a peanut butter waffle. Instead of doing the syrup, instead you can do like an Eggo. It just changes the texture a little bit. I've had patients actually tell me they have hummus for breakfast. To me, it's a little garlicky. I don't know if I can handle it, but that way you get your fiber and your protein in also. But it just, any fruit, you could do apple slices and peanut butter if you're having to go to get it in the car.
The great thing too is at CHI Memorial, they have registered dietitians who you are able to self-refer to.
Yes, and they'll call your doctor to get everything set up.
So depending on your particular need and the reason for calling. Insurance may or may not cover it, but regardless, you can tap into their knowledge.
Exactly.
And you'll even help with meal planning.
Yes, they'll
Okay,
do all that.
tomorrow we're going to tackle lunch, but Robin, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
these
for
breakfast
having
ideas.
us. Okay, great.
There's your contact information on your screen, the main number for CHI Memorial, and the diabetes, memorial.org/diabetes-and-nutrition would be the website to check out for more information. We're back after this.